All right, pregame festivities are over. It's time to play some hockey as we are here at Hobbs Ice Center for the women's WIAC hockey semifinals presented by Culver's. This afternoon, it's game 2 between the UW-Stevens Point Pointers and the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds. Alongside Noah Schwartz, I'm Blake Durham with you for this hockey action. The Blue Golds have a chance to move on to the O'Brien Cup Finals, but if they can pull off another win today.
Absolutely, Blake. Remember, last night's game was a 3-2 Eau Claire victory in which the Blue Golds managed about 50 shots on goal, which is a gargantuan number in the sport of hockey. Over their games against Stevens Point this year, they've averaged 44.25 shots on goal per game, with their max being 58 shots on goal and the January 22nd matchup.
All right, we'll get on to more of the stats overall against the Pointers this season. The Blue Golds have averaged over 44 shots on goal in the 4 games that they've played. Starting lineups, this is for the Stevens Point. Sarah Dowling gets to start at left wing. Mary Kramer, Annika Horman are all the other forwards. The Blue Liners today, Anna Cheney and Danny Heitzman, and in goal is Olivia Schultz. And for the Blue Golds, same starting 5 as yesterday. It'll be Emma Peterson, Samantha Sherling, and Hallie Sheridan, the forwards. The Blue Liners, Danny Slominski and Sydney Johnson with Stephanie Martin in goal. Blue Golds control the opening faceoff, but the Pointers regain control in their own end. This is Cheney now. Had it picked away there by Sherling, and Peterson will play it across. Slominski back out to Sheridan. This is what the Blue Golds did very well. Sheridan with a shot that's deflected off of Adalin, and Slominski will just flip it up into the netting. Out of play, we'll have our very first stop, very quick stop. What do we expect to see here today?
Well, I think we're going to expect to see a lot of shots on goal by the Blue Golds, a lot of zone time by the Blue Golds, keeping the puck into the zone just like we saw last night, and a lot of saves by Stevens Point.
So very much the key, don't let up.
Absolutely.
Van Holtz controls the faceoff, but Stevens Point tried to clear. This is Bree Osborne who gets it back to Sam Van Holtz. She plays it around the net, but under pressure, and there's a side shot that will be covered by Schultz from Addie Young, who had an opportunity from an awkward angle.
Yeah, it's a real weird angle to get a shot off from, but Schultz makes a good decision, finds the loose puck, and gets a break for her players.
Still, it means more offensive zone time for Eau Claire. As faceoff controlled by the Blue Golds once again. Osborne flings it in right out in front for Young, who got knocked down, and the first goal of the game goes to Eau Claire.
Talk about getting on the board in a hurry, Blake. That one was unbelievable.
Talk about a quick start, not even a minute into the game, and the Blue Golds are on the board first.
Let's take a look at the replay here of this great goal. In the first minute, anytime you score in the first minute is special. Let's take a look. Not sure what happened there.
I think Sam Van Holtz got in as the faceoff once again won by the Blue Golds. The Blue Golds up in the series 1-0. If they win today, then they move on to the O'Brien Cup Finals, where they will face the winner of the semifinal shot. There's a shot that's deflected. That was off of Taylor Meyer, and it goes all the way back into the corner. Played out the center ice. Quinn Hartmetz is there, but she is met. It's now scrum for it. Courtney Lysing checking it into the game for Stevens Point. And it's Haiti Verstegen now. Flips it into the Pointer zone. And it's retaken, but we'll have an offside call.
Well, Blake, every team in every sport talks about starting fast, but nobody talks about starting fast like the Blue Golds just did. The Pointers haven't had control of the puck at all through about a minute and a half through this game. It's been a great fast start for Eau Claire.
Face-off eventually won by the Blue Golds as we see Slominski play it up looking for Abby DeLong, and she's going to have an opportunity. DeLong with a shot that is held onto by Schultz, and we'll have a face-off coming on the near side of the Pointer defensive zone with 18:20 here in the first period.
Mayo Clinic Health Systems is working to improve the health of our community through all stages of life and is proud to support Blue Gold Athletics as the official orthopedics and sports medicine partner.
Blue Golds win the faceoff once again. But Stevens Point able to maintain control. This is Mary Kramer who plays it into the zone. She's in a foot race with Slominski to get after that puck. And now they'll congregate behind the net looking for it. Bunch of players over there. And it's back out. Lena Berthume has a shot deflected off of Smallbrook. The puck still in the blue gold end. Kramer tried to break it away from Slominski, but Abby Young sends it along, Send it back to blue ice. Point's able to get it into the blue gold end. And both teams make changes. As we'll have our first icing called. So the faceoff will come back to the blue gold defensive end. As we'll see. That was a good charge there by the Pointers. Get some opportunities in the offensive end.
Yeah, their season ends today if they don't win this game. So you can tell they're really trying. They're throwing everything they have at this.
Stevens Point initially controlled the faceoff, but Blue Gold's able to get it back to the defensive blue line. As now they scrum for it by the Blue Gold bench. Puck is out into open ice. It'll be Danny Heitzman to take it herself. She'll flip it across center, intercepted there by Slominski. As she'll take a shot that is gloved by Schultz and held on to.
From the weight room to the ice, from practice to game day, you need gear that works as hard as you do. For more sizes, colors, styles, and brands of the gear that you need to be the best, head to eastbay.com.
So a face-off coming here on the Blue Gold on offensive end. They control. Osborne has a shot. Pad save Schultz. As Stanius is able to get it out. As they're going to wave off the icing. Bree Osborne, the captain, is there to pick it. She gets it to Addie Young, who will flip it the offensive end. Here's a charge. Bandholtz will play it behind the net. Try to set up Young, but poked in there. And the puck is somehow gets back to blue ice. Anna Zavarol into the game. And Osborne wide open. Takes a shot that is pad saved by Schultz, and she'll hold on. And this is what we've seen. We saw it all last night, and we're seeing it again here to start this afternoon. Schultz under constant duress.
Absolutely. The Blue Golds are dictating the tempo offensively. That was a great zone entry. A low shot towards the pads for a rebound, but Schultz doesn't let that happen and freezes the puck.
Face-off controlled by Stevens Point as it's sent back into center ice, looking for a Dahlin. But Hartmetz is able to keep it to the point blue line as she takes a hit on the boards. That one sent into the blue gold end by Berthume. And Emily Hart takes it up off the stick of Taylor Meyer into the stick of Annika Horman, who plays it up the far side. Horman in trouble as a couple blue golds were there, but Point able to retain possession at in neutral ice as Lysing flips it in. Hartman's first to get the puck. Again along the far side, playing across the boards. Courtney Lysing. Soft shot, tried to set up her fender there. That was solely Doyle. And there's a shot that's deflected wide off of a blue gold stick. Lysing gets tripped up a little bit. Lost her footing. Haley Sellers was the first to get there. And now Point starting to dictate control of this game. There's a nice stick check there by Sadie Long, and she'll send it into the zone for Schultz, who have no choice but to cover.
Yep, Point is still looking for their first shot on goal. The Blue Golds already have 8 through just under 5 minutes here in this first period.
Yep, a little bit of a different pace setting. Both teams kind of feeling each other out. Bit slow. Blue Golds won the faceoff. Daly Ikes takes it. It's flipped now back into the zone. Olivia Smallbrook. Get her first appearance in the semifinals. Back to the top for Slominski. Cross ice to Sydney Johnson, who has a shot blocked there by Wilczek. And the Pointers try to flip it out to neutral ice, and they do so successfully, and the Blue Golds will be forced to regroup. Smallbrook able to play it out front. Here comes Slominski on a charge. She fires and misses wide to the right. Point able to take control, but Johnson is there to send it right back out on the boards. Collision there between Johnson and Heikes as Slominski sends a shot wide to the right from the blue line. As now they'll fight for it in neutral ice as we'll have a whistle stoppage offside to look like for Sam Sherling. with a 14:28 to go here in the opening period. Blue Golds have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that kind of offsides happens. You get a little bit of hesitation at the blue line. You get a little overeager. Oh, it's coming back out to center ice now. Huh.
Blue Golds control the faceoff as Peterson tried to get a stick in, but here comes, that's Katie Stanyas, who had a shot off the pads of Stephanie Martin, who gets her first action in net. On the opposite end for the Blue Golds, Stephanie Martin only had to face 12 shots, but 2 of them went in, and a lot of it probably has to do with attentiveness.
That's a lot. That's true, I should say. Easy for me to say. When goalies don't get a lot of action, they tend to get a little slow in the crease there, a little
Peterson
bored.
has it tripped up. She takes a shot that's wide up and high left as Micah Zip was there all over her. As Molly Millar clears it back to the point blue line. Sheridan has to back off as Stevens Point able to flip it into the Blue Gold end, as we'll have icing called.
But let's talk a little bit more about Stephanie Martin, the senior. She's been the backstop of this Blue Gold team all season, playing in 21 games, and she leads the WIAC in both goals against average and save percentage with a 1.04 and a 946 respectively.
Face-off won by the Blue Golds. Back to the top now. As shot there by Hartmetz is off the pads of Schultz. And Seller sends it back down to the Blue Gold end. Anna Zavarol. She's the one to look out for. She takes it all the way herself into the pointer end. Goes behind the net. Tried to set up there. Set up Young. But Point's able to get it down. As we'll have another icing called. So the faceoff will be back in the Pointer defensive end.
Prevea Health is proud to support Blue Gold athletics and the Eau Claire community. From COVID testing and vaccines to urgent care, primary and specialty care like orthopedics and behavioral care, Prevea is here for you. Schedule appointments, get your questions answered, and learn more about what Prevea can do for your health at Prevea.com.
Long tried to play it along the boards. Instead, she'll get back up from Taylor Meyer. Tries to get it back to Sadie Young, but intercepted there as Danny Heitzman knocks Meyer to the ground. Big hit-out collision on the ice. The Blue Golds able to maintain control of the puck, though, as it's back out to the neutral zone. Fight for it along the far side. Ali Granovsky was able to get it out, but Sydney Johnson was there. She gets it to her battery mate on the blue line, Slominski, who flips it into the Pointer zone. Collision there between 2 of the Pointers as Berthume and Kayla Stuma went down. But the Blue Golds have control. Johnson, slap shot off of Pointer. Berthume was right in the right place at the right time. Tried to clear it out back to blue line. Instead, Johnson will flip it into the Pointer zone, and the Blue Golds make changes. Puck now at neutral ice. Back into the Pointer zone. So they continue. Linesman goes down. Probably wasn't expecting where that puck was going to go. But Jordan McAlpine takes it up for the Blue Golds, gets it to Osborne. Tries to send it back, but it was blocked by Sellers, and now they'll scrum for it again on the far end of the ice by the Pointer blue line. Puck's free. Smallbrook plays it back into the scrum. Hikas tried to clear it. Instead, it'll be Osborne who'll send it cross ice and behind the net now for Lauren Winstonson. Center pass missed there by Micah Zip, as she also missed another one on the blue gun end. She takes a shot that's saved by Martin and poked out of the way by Smallbrook. Great awareness by Olivia Smallbrook to get the puck out from just beyond the crease. As now Peterson lost to handle the puck there to no one in particular, but Sheridan plays it back into the corner. Allie Sheridan going to be a name we're going to mention a lot tonight. There's a shot by Norman that's blocked. Rebound missed by Sherling as it was off the pads of Schultz. Very much more an evenly contested game so far as we quickly approach the halfway point of the opening period, Noah.
Absolutely. The Blue Golds are making great zone entries and getting open, and the Pointers are doing a great job at finding the puck and clearing it out of the zone.
Now, it was with their defense yesterday that kept them in the game up until the very end, and they only lost by a goal. Sheridan lost control of the puck there. as Winston will send it back onto the far corner as Peyton Rose Norman misses the puck. It'll be Hannah Zavarol now. Zavarol, shot through the middle, off of the pads of Schultz. Rebound by Hart is saved by Schultz. The third chance opportunity is a score by Sherling. 3 opportunities by Eau Claire.
If you have a lot of opportunities like that in front of the net, lots of traffic in front of the net, moving the puck from post to post, one of them's going to go in eventually. That time it did.
Credit that one to Samantha Sherling, who had the second chance, who had the first opportunity. She backhanded off the pads of Schultz, and you play with fire enough times, eventually it's not going to go right one way or the other. So the Blue Gold's out to a quick 2-zip lead as Banholtz wins the faceoff back to Sydney Johnson, who will flip it as Zavarol is going to be right there to greet the puck, but she brings a crowd to her. That one set up opportunity. Banholtz, and it's going to be gloved by Schultz with 10:22 left to go here in the first period.
Don't sweat it for lunch or dinner. Just stop into Festival Foods Dine at Home Deli. Dozens of salads made fresh daily, heat and eat items to tempt your taste buds, plus dozens of sliced meats and cheeses for you to build the perfect sandwich and a salad bar so you can make your own personal creation. Dine at home with Festival Foods.
Played behind the net. Berthume's able to clear it out, but only momentarily. Slominski tried to play it back in. And it's now Hannah Zavarol. Zavarol's trying to set up Banholtz, but she wasn't looking for it. Mary Kramer now up the far end of the ice for Stevens Point. She still has the puck. As it deflected into long, bodies flying everywhere, and the Blue Golds retain control of the puck. That was Zavarol and Kramer there as it goes back into the Blue Gold end. Changes will be coming for both teams. Flipped it back into neutral ice there by Granovsky, but Bree Osborne's there to pick it up. Now Sadie Long, she's got Verstegen. But good, nice poke check there by Kramer. Gets it back out to the blue line. Now Jordan McAlpine. Behind the net, trying to set up Long. There's a shot by McAlpine that was, I believe, off the pads of Schultz. And it goes back into the near corner. Stevens Point maintains possession, and they'll just flip it out to neutral ice. This not be icing as it waved off. Not a lot of momentum there. Osborne plays it around looking for Long, and now Verstegen will just flip it back into the Pointer zone. Meyer the first to greet it, as now Courtney Lysing will play it along the far side. She has to redirect, and now back behind for Anna Cheney. Stanius to the center for Lysing. Avoids a poke check there by McAlpin as she tries to go in 4-on-1. As she takes a tumble as the Blue Golds maintain control of the puck. Smallbrook tried to get it back out to Zavarol, but it was poked back into the zone by Adalin. Smallbrook avoids a hit. There's a shot that's wide to the right there by, I believe that was Berthume, and she's going to get that puck. So Blue Golds will make changes. Missed pass there by Lysing as she sends it back into the zone, and picking it up is Emily Hart. Hart cross ice was looking for DeLong, but Berthume keeps it in neutral ice. Now Daly Heikes try to get it to Abby DeLong. She does get the puck, but it was poke checked away. For the Blue Golds maintain control. Quinn Hartmetz has a puck is deflected behind to the net. Now they fight for it. And here the Pointer bench. And back into neutral ice. Hart will just send it down. And the Blue Golds will make changes to their D-line. Berthume to Kayla Stumo. Tried to set up Horman, but Sherling's able to break it up. Berthume plays it around the boards. I think that's going to be icing. And we'll have a face-off coming with 7:19 to go. We have our first extended action period of this first of the game.
Absolutely. And one of the things I want to talk about, one of the keys to the Blue Gold success on offense tonight has been the way that they get up forward right in front of the goal, right into Schultz's face, getting traffic in front of the net and making it tough for her to see the puck.
Berthume one-on-one with Peterson behind the net. She gets back up, though, that was Winston, but the Blue Golds able to get it back to the blue line. Slominski Sends it around the boards. Sheridan will be there to get it. She'll send it back to Sydney Johnson. Johnson center for Peterson. Back to Sydney Johnson, who takes a shot, saved by Schultz, and poked away there. But the Blue Goals maintain control. Slap shot, Peterson, deflected by Schultz and into the net and out of play.
Well, Blake, rebound control is such a crucial thing for a goaltender, especially when you're facing 30, 40 shots a game. Schultz does it great. She knows that whenever you face a puck low, you try and direct it into the corners, away from the slot, away from danger. She does so twice on that rush.
But the Blue Goals, once again, establishing their zone time. Slap shot, McAlpin misses. But Osborne will be there to receive the rebound. But it has it poked away there by Granovsky, but Hannah Zavarol. Send it right in front of Schultz, but right there is Micah Zip, the captain of the Pointers, to take it, but she has it poked away there by Sherling as Young tried to set up Banholtz, but it was intercepted. Back up near the Pointer blue line on the near side, closest to us. Stevens Point will use this opportunity to change. McAlpine had the puck stripped from her. And now Zavarol goes 5-on-1, has a shot that misses wide to the left. Might have been deflected off the right arm of Schultz. Pointer is able to change, though. Stanyas has got Lysing. Far side takes a shot. That's wide to the right. Now back on the near corner of the Blue Gold end. And it's controlled by Taylor Meyer, who comes out with it. She'll charge it herself. Meyer with a shot. Save. Schultz, who gloves it. And a faceoff coming in the Pointer defensive end.
We've seen a lot of shots go high towards the above the net, I should say. Like a lot of times that happens when the shooter is a little bit of a perfectionist, shooting above the net, aiming for the top of the crossbar where nobody can get it, and just missing that little bit.
Face-off won by the Blue Golds, but poked away by the Pointers as Berthume sends it all the way down. As first there was Peyton Rose Norman. And now controlled by Emily Hart, who will send it back into the neutral ice. Mrs. Meyer, she was tangled up with the Berthume, but they'll wave off the icing. Meyer was in a foot race. Now she's 2-on-1 just beyond the corner. Verstegen there to assist as it's now 3-on-2 as they is in the middle of that scrum trying to poke the puck away. Got to be careful that you don't draw any extra contact. That'll force the officials to call a penalty. And now the puck is finally break free. I think Stevens Point got it as they play it along the near corner in the Pointer end. But now it's out to Sadie Long as we'll have a whistle and a stoppage just before Long unloads. That might be our first penalty of the game coming up.
I think somebody's going to the box. There was a blue goal down on the ice, and that will be number 28, Peyton Rose Norman, getting the infraction. Not sure what the call is, but this has been a real big sticking point for the Blue Golds. Of course, last night they gave up that first goal on the power play. They're going to have to be a lot more stout on it tonight.
So they'll ding Norman for interference. So first power play opportunity for Stevens Point as they control the faceoff, but the puck goes into no man's land around the net. And the Blue Golds are only able to clear to neutral ice as Cheney gets it to Courtney Lysing. The Pointer leading goal scorer. She's won the watch in the power plays, but the puck comes back into the stick in possession of Danny Slominski, who will clear it. First hurdle taken care of. As a charge there by Slominski. Now up the far side of the ice comes Annika Horman, who's got a goal yesterday. Whiffs on the slap shot there with Osborne right in front. Instead, she'll just flip it around. Haley Sellers is right there, battling with Ryan Rojo there for the Pointers as the puck is sent around back to the blue line now for Berthume. And the puck again goes around the horn. Lysing has it poked away by Osborne, but back to blue ice right there to back up for Stevens Point's Berthume. Try to set up Micah Zip. Instead, it's to Mary Kramer, and the puck is still at the blue line. And now it's being controlled to neutral ice. Very good penalty kill under 45 seconds now for the Blue Golds. As McAlpine plays it along the boards right in front of us on the Blue Gold bench. Can really hear the screams from both teams as the puck is managed to be cleared by Hannah Zavarol. This is the number one penalty killing unit in the conference, Eau Claire. In conference play, 96% of penalties were killed off successfully. As the Pointers will mount one final charge with only 12 seconds left. As Zavarol will send it down, and that will be the end of the Norman penalty. Both teams will be back to full strength when Stevens Point comes back into the blue-gold end. But there's a pass intercepted by Sydney Johnson. Berthume tried to get it across center. And the second time I've seen Stevens Point players running into each other as Horman flips it into the blue-gold end. Kate Stanius was there, try to get it. That said, Sheridan gets it out to Taylor Meyer. Meyer once again on another charge. She'll have to play it behind the net with Pointers breathing down her neck. Now Sadie Long will go to the corner. She'll try to get it to Verstegen as the puck is cleared out to the blue line for Jordan McAlpine. Osborne. Shot deflected off of a blue goal. I think it was off of Meyer. It's back into the near corner. As now Sadie Long misses the slap shot as it somehow caroms to Schultz. And she'll hold with 1:57 left to go here in the opening period.
Support for UW-Eau Claire Athletics comes from Northwestern Mutual, proud sponsor of Blue Gold Athletics, helping equip Blue Gold athletes for the challenges of today and opportunities for tomorrow. Northwestern Mutual, Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Face-off won by the Pointers. Heitzman tried to clear it. Back to neutral ice as that's a cross-check.
That's got to be a cross-check. Where's the arm?
I don't know. That's what it looked to me. Instead, Martin will have no choice but to hold it as a shot there from Adalin. I think fans were kind of wondering where that was, but
it sure looked like a cross-check to me, and it wasn't in an inconspicuous area behind the play. It was, I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't call that.
So that'll be a face-off in the blue-gold end. The Pointers mounting a charge. Puck is cleared back out to neutral ice as Kayla Stuma will try to send it down. Now she goes down, and now they'll scrum right in front of us. Puck is flipped out into the Pointer end. Kramer with almost a huge mistake there, but she gets her own rebound. And now up the ice comes Sadie Doyle, trying to make something happen. Quinn Hartman's able to pick it up, but she has it poked away there. As Lysing's been all over the ice for Stevens Point. Excuse me, that was Horman. And Peterson will just soft pass it into the Pointer end. Haley Sellers will start the charge as she'll flip it up across with the final minute of the period coming up. And we'll have an icing called. The Blue Golds will have the face-off coming in the Pointer zone. Well, this game is a lot closer than the scoreboard, at least from my vantage point, actually is.
Absolutely. They're really going back and forth. Point isn't giving an inch, and the Blue Golds aren't letting them take anything on the defensive side either.
Face-off controlled by Eau Claire. Slominski will send it around the board. Zavarol's there, one-on-one with Sellers, who tries to poke it away. Zavarol able to maintain possession of the puck. Cross ice now for Slominski. Tried to set up Banholtz, but it's wide to the right. Banholtz now draws a crowd behind the net. And Stevens Point able to mount, at least get it out from the precarious areas. They have trouble getting it back to the blue line. Johnson able to poke it away there to Addie Young, who lost possession of the puck. Dahlen flipped it to no one in particular. There's a backhanded pass by Slominski attempted for Zavarol, and now the Pointers have a wide open shot. Dahlen whiffs on it, and it's covered by Martin.
Oh, you don't get too many of those opportunities. That was a great breakaway. Hockey is a sport. The reason there are 3 forwards and 2 defenders is so that it creates mismatches. A mismatch was created there. Stevens Point got a breakaway, and just getting a weak shot off on that attempt really lets that great opportunity go to waste.
So face-off coming in the Blue Gold defensive end with only 8 seconds left in the period. And just before the face-off, we will have a whistle and a stoppage. They're going to line them up and do it all over again. Face-off controlled by the Blue Golds, as that one is sent back down into the Pointer end, and that will take us to the end of our opening period. But 2 goals by the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds have them out in front with a chance to go to the O'Brien Cup tournament, waiting for them if they can hold on. As we'll have more semifinal action coming up, we'll be back with you for the start of the second period right after this.
Too often, we forget to put our own care first.
I strive for greatness.
All day.
All day.
All day.
Every day.
I wake up
And I grind.
24/7.
It's about hustle.
This is about heart.
It's about giving everything you got.
To the sport you love.
I compete.
I will run hard.
I will hit hard.
I will train hard.
And I will give my best.
I won't listen to doubt.
I won't worry about tomorrow. I will never forget where I come from.
This
It's my commitment
is my commitment to be the one.
to be the one.
To be the one.
I am the one.
Commitment to excellence. That's the Blue Gold standard. It's the same for E.O. Johnson Business Technologies and LockNet Managed IT. We want you to be the best in your business, so we provide the gold standard in print, data security, document management, and scanning. This is our commitment. E.O. Johnson Business Technologies, your business better. LockNet Managed IT, your business secure.
Nobody pays more money for nice, locally owned vehicles than we do.
We pay big bucks every day of the week except Sundays.
If you've got a vehicle you'd like to sell, bring it to Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane.
We'll give you an instant appraisal and cash offer.
With no pressure and no obligation.
We bought hundreds of locally owned vehicles because people like how easy it is.
How much safer it is, and how much more money they got.
Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane. Thanks for thinking of us first.
Football season is just a few short days away, and here at Milwaukee Burger Company, we are gearing up for what may be our most exciting season yet. Milwaukee Burger Company, the best place to watch the game.
Only one auto dealership in all of Wisconsin gives you worry-free coverage on most used vehicles. Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane. What is worry-free driving coverage? You get 12 months or 12,000 miles coverage on all wear items free. Plus, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty on most used vehicles. You have plenty to worry about already, so Rick Moore doesn't want you to worry about your next used vehicle from Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane.
Welcome back, getting you set for period number 2 as both teams are going to hit the ice. And what we saw, Noah, was very much the same as last time, except Stevens Point seemed to be more up to the challenge.
Yeah, the statistics look the same, roughly, with the very lopsided numbers in the shots on goal and the face-offs category. But besides the score, this is a very, it's the kind of game that we expected. Both teams have been up to the challenge. Both teams have known what this game was going to be like coming in. They've played accordingly.
And like you mentioned before, in that opening period, it's win or go home for the Stevens Point Pointers. Again, the way the WIAC tournament works for both men's and women's hockey, it's a modified best 2 out of 3. If the teams can, if either the Blue Golds can win both games here, they will move on to the O'Brien Cup Championship. If Stevens Point's able to come back from their 2-goal deficit, as the Blue Golds control the opening faceoff, then we play a 20-minute mini game following a resurfacing of the ice as Hallie Sheridan had it poked away there by Anna Cheney, and Sarah Adalin will flip it back into neutral ice as a one-on-one chance was nicely stuffed out by Stevens Point. Peterson flips it back, and near the blue line, Sheridan takes a tumble, but they'll scrum for it along the boards right in front of us. Erd Sherling battling against Horman and Winstonson, who's on the ice as well with Adalin. Kramer is able to get it away and put it back into the Blue Gold end. Sydney Johnson had it intercepted. Kramer back opportunity for Gronowski, but she misses wide left. So now back into the corner. Replay it. There's Gronowski, who threw that into nowhere. There's a shot that's picked by Sydney Johnson from Cheney. And Peterson had no idea the puck was coming to her, but she pokes it away from Courtney Lysing. And there goes Emma Peterson, one of the 2 leading goal scorers on this Blue Gold team, but she had it picked away there by Cheney. Back to the Blue Gold blue line. Stevens Point coming out very aggressive here to start period number 2. They forced the Blue Golds to regroup now for about the 4th or 5th time here in the opening 90 seconds. As we'll have icing called, and the Blue Golds will have a faceoff coming in their own end here to start period number 2.
Well, you said it, Blake. This has been a completely different second period than the first. The Pointers really seem to know what's at stake here, being down 2-0, and in a win-or-go-home game. They've come out firing. They haven't let the Blue Golds get any opportunities on offense thus far this period.
Face-off battle between Banholtz and Kramer. They're controlled by the Pointers at the top. Stumo sends it in. Centering pass, not ready for it, though, was Kramer. As Kramer backhands, no good. There's the rebound as Martin tries to hold on, and she'll cover. Bodies go down.
There's a little bit of a late whistle by the referees for that cover. That causes a lot of problems. It really gives rise to a lot of pushing and shoving in front of your goaltender when you're a team trying to protect your goalie.
Now, the first opportunity, Kramer tried to backhand it, saved by Stephanie Martin, who then was fighting off about 3-pointer sticks just in order to get the cover. Osborne sends it back to the blue line. That one is flipped up, still in play, and Sellers will send it back down the other end, as that one, I believe, was off a pointer in the bench area, so they'll have a face-off coming on near the blue line that is closest to us.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Actually, no, they're going over to center ice again. I'm not quite sure why they're doing this, but they're doing it.
Van Holtz wins the faceoff. Now Hannah Zavarol goes up the far side. She'll flip it back to the defenseman McAlpin. And now back to Osborne as Banholtz had it backed away and picked by Sarah Adalin, who draws a crowd as she goes right up the middle. Osborne flips it out to center. Sellers is there. She'll flip it back into the blue gold end. As they'll whistle icing here, so the faceoff will come in the Stevens Point defensive zone.
Dooley's is a proud sponsor of Blue Gold Athletics. After the game, stop by for a burger, drinks, and fun. Located on the corner of 5th and Water, Dooley's is the perfect spot for your post-game destination.
Sure, Water Street's going to be busy tonight on a Saturday. First really warm day in a few days here in Eau Claire. Comfortably 35 degrees outside, but inside it is flaming with battle. Quinn Hartmetz back across for Verstegen, who couldn't stick it properly, but Sadie Long is there, but has it poked away by Courtney Lysing, and this could be trouble. Lysing sends it in, gloved by Stephanie Martin, and we'll have a face-off coming in the blue gold end.
That long shot from the blue line, I don't think it was really meant as a shot for a scoring opportunity. That's one of the shots that you just throw at the net, try and get some rebounds, try and create some more opportunities. Martin does a good job and frees his play with it.
Wasn't totally out of question with Lysing, the top goal scorer on the Pointers. Coming into tonight, this afternoon, she had 14 goals on the year. Blue Golds control the faceoff. That one's poked by Wilczek, and Heitzman sends it back into the blue gold end. As now Meyer flips it along the boards. Here's Sadie Long. There she comes up the near side, between the legs. Save Schultz. Rebound chances also saved by Schultz by Meyer. And the Pointers will cover. I think Meyer was questioning whether or not a penalty was going to be called. She was under a lot of duress behind the Pointer net. As Anna Cheney now will bring it up the near side. Off the boards, off the stick of Kramer. And that'll be whistled icing, and we'll have a face-off coming in the Pointer end.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what happened back there, but maybe some sticks or some arms tangled up. You saw she wanted the call, and it certainly would have helped getting 2 minutes in the box on the power play for the Blue Golds, but that wasn't to be.
Yep. A lot of leeway. Only one penalty has been called. As now it's Abby DeLong. Up the near side, she sends it around the corner. Smallbrook sends it back up the middle, but to no one in particular. And Ashton Wilczek will bring it. We'll send it into the blue gold end as both teams make changes. Sydney Johnson starts a charge on the near side. Sydney Johnson will pump the brakes and get it back to Daly Heikes. Now back to Johnson, who will send it around the corner. Tried to center it up. Tried to center it was DeLong, but Zip was able. There's a shot from the side by Peterson that was saved by Schultz. Might have been off a couple pointers. Blue Golds maintain control in the Pointer end as the puck goes around the boards. Jordan McAlpine has it knocked away from her, and here comes trouble once again. As Stanius will just send it into the blue gold end as the Pointers will make a change. Sam Sherling back to McAlpine, who flips it back into neutral ice. But here comes that's Winstonson. Set it up to no one there. Rebound to opportunity, Millar, and it's deflected away by McAlpine off her skate, and it goes behind the net. Leitzig 2-on-1. But the Blue Golds are able to get it as McAlpine sends it back to the blue. Back to the blue line. Winstonson back into blue gold zone on the far side. And Jordan McAlpine gets it to Peterson off the stick of Leisig. Sheridan plays it into the Pointer end. As Sellers tried to redirect, but right there to break it up is Peterson. Sheridan now in a race for the puck. We'll go back out top to Emily Hart. And Sheridan couldn't quite caress it. Peterson tried to backhand it to Sheridan, and it goes back into the blue line. Now to blue gold ice, and they're going to wave icing off there.
I don't think you have to kind of make it look like you're hustling when you're trying to wait for the puck to cross the goal line on those.
There's Bandholtz. Back to Sheridan. Tried to center it, but it was deflected. And Courtney Leising avoids contact with Hartmetz as Heitzman will send it in. Blue Golds behind the net now for Emily Hart, who flips it up into the stands, and out of play it'll go.
It's a nice souvenir for some fans there.
As a new puck will be in play with 13:49 to go here in period number 2.
Well, this second period, we've said it, and we've definitely noticed it. It's very different. The Blue Golds, who've been averaging about 20 shots on goal per period, only have 2 thus far, and we're nearly halfway through it. A completely different strategy here by the Stevens Point Pointers.
Blue Golds still win the faceoff as Hart once again deflects it out of play. As we'll have yet another faceoff coming on the Blue Gold end.
Monk's Bar and Grill is offering 20% off food purchases for UW-EC students. Yep, that's right. Show your student ID when dining in and receive a great discount on your meal. Located on Oakwood Mall Drive, Monk's is a proud supporter of UW-Eau Claire athletics.
Yeah, the shot differential. Stevens Point's got, they're equal at 2 shots apiece. As Wilczek tried to flip it in. And now centering pass. That is staved and covered by Martin. No, it's his goal for Stevens Point. She couldn't quite hold on to it as bodies came flying into the crease. And I think they're going to wave it off now?
I think so. One referee signaled goal. The other one waved his arms. I'm really not sure what the decision is, but I definitely think that Martin was interfered with. There were a lot of bodies in the crease, and I think she had it covered. I think they're keeping the face-off in the zone. Looks like a goal. Looks like it won't be a goal, I should say.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. You're right. Martin was trying to cover, but then his bodies came flying in to the crease.
There's really not a whole lot a goaltender can do in that situation. Just hang on to the puck and hope for the best.
That was the best opportunity, though, for Stevens Point to score tonight. As now Slavinsky will send it down into the Pointer end. Winstonson back across for Wilczek. She's pinned up along the boards by Meyer. And the Pointers try to play the puck out of their zone. Verstegen now has it flipped into the corner. Long is right there. But with a double team, Stevens Point will get it back into neutral ice, and Sydney Johnson will regroup the troops as she will send it back in. Pass intended for Wilczek, and it goes all the way to the goalie Martin, and Slavinsky will regroup the team. Verstegen centers a shot, easy save for Schultz, and she'll cover.
Good cover there. Not a whole lot of pressure on offense by the Blue Golds on that one, but it's still a good idea to get your players a rest as a goaltender there.
Now, well, back to that sequence in front of the goal. That there was no goal. That was Ali Granovsky for the Pointers, who was right there with the chance. As now Ryan Rojo ricochets that off the bench wall and goes behind the net. McAlpine there, one-on-one with Rojo. And it's recovered there by Leitzing, who had it poked away. And the Blue Golds will get it back out to neutral ice as Emma Peterson now. The official has a shot blocked there by Berthume. As both of them go down, Sheridan plays the puck along the far end and get it back out to McAlpine. Now Bree Osborne will flip it up, and the Pointers will reset and try to send it up the other way. Centering pass there for Adalin, but she's offsides.
Ooh. That's a tough call on a play like that, to be offsides. You can hear what the Stevens Point bench thinks about it. It's a real close call, but that's ultimately the right call in that situation.
And that should put the Blue Golds, though, on red alert, because Stevens Point is creating chances, even though they are viewed as the underdog in this one. Certainly playing as if this game's a lot closer. The two Blue Gold advantage is we have a whistle, and I think a penalty is going to come here.
That's absolute. It looks like some kind of a tripping call or some other stick infraction.
Mary Kramer goes into the penalty box. You're right, Noah. So the Blue Golds will be on the power play for the first time today.
That's going to be a real costly penalty for Stevens Point. When you're playing with momentum, when you're trying to get ahead of this 2-goal deficit, when you're really trying to get back into this game and back into this series, that's a penalty that you cannot afford to take. It's going to make things a lot harder for the Pointers here.
So we'll get Kramer 2 minutes for interference. Blue Golds on the power play for the first time, and off the faceoff, quick clear by Stevens Point. And this Blue Gold power play unit has been very good for Coach Eric Strand. In conference play, they've converted on over a quarter of all opportunities. They've gotten a lot. Slominski now drives it back into the corner. Now for Stegen. Out to the top for Johnson. Slominski. Johnson. Sherling back to Johnson. And they're keeping it among the defensemen. For Stegen. Slominski, Blue Gold's playing around the horn. Slap shot. Johnson blocked out in front. Rebound Sheridan. Saved by Schultz. Sherling has it knocked away from her. And somehow that does not find the net. Slominski takes a shot that's off the chest of Schultz, and it's cleared out by Stevens Point.
Schultz thought she had it, but it squirted loose. But you can see a lot of pushing and shoving in front of the Pointer net. That's definitely going to come into play a lot more as this game goes on.
So the Blue Golds will reset. That took off over a minute of their power play. Osborne sends it cross ice, looking for Addie Young, but it's cleared out by Winsensen. And Martin will have to cover as charging in on that one was Annika Horman. And we'll have the faceoff coming on the Blue Gold defensive end. 10:33 to go here in period number 2.
Horman did a great job of chasing that puck down, applying pressure on the Blue Golds, but she stops right in front of the goalie and sprays some snow up into Martin's face. Goalies don't tend to like that. We'll see what happens.
Blue Golds win the faceoff as Osborne will center it now for Zavarol. She's the one to watch on these power plays. Her 6 power play goals lead the Blue Golds. So she'll flip it to Addie Young. Now back up top for McAlpine. Osborne to the corner for Peterson, who will send it around the boards. Jordan McAlpine will regroup with only 13 seconds left to go on the advantage. Osborne, center, shot, save, Schultz on to the right, rebound, Peterson, tried to flip it backhand in, but she was under duress. As the Pointers go back to full straight, there's a shot deflected. I believe it was off of Winsensen by Young, but the Blue Golds maintain control in the Pointer end. Zavarol goes down to the ice as Leitzing is able to get the puck. She'll send it across looking for Horman, and Annika Horman will just play it into the Blue Gold end, deflected to the corner by Martin. As if McAlpine tried to get it, instead it was poked back away by Horman, and I'll allow her time to come off the bench and get a fresh player in for the Pointers. Play it around to the Pointer net, behind the Pointer net. Cheney centers it for Kramer, who will flip it into the Blue Gold zone. Myers there to play it. Verstegen able to get a stick on it, but it was intercepted by Leitzing. Sellers, that is. And that puck, that spent some time along the top of the wall before it gets into the stick of Lena Berthium. As she flips it in to the Blue Gold end. Just a lot of going back and forth, going across the ice as Millar will send it back into the Blue Gold end. And Emily Hart will wait for the Blue Golds to regroup. She'll play it off the boards. Pass intercepted by Micah Zip. As now they'll scrum for it at the corner. Verstegen able to take it out. She'll backhand it back to Hart and sets up Sadie Long. And now across for Meyer, who is nice poke check there from, that was Heitzman. That tripped up Meyer's charge, and Martin will cover after it's deflected in her direction. And the Blue Gold end with a little over 8 minutes to go.
The Blue Golds have a proud sponsor in Milwaukee Burger Company, home of the Big Milwaukee Challenge. 8 Midwest beef patties, 2 buns, 8 slices of American cheese, cheese curds, and more. Sounds good.
Sure does right about now. Face-off coming in the Blue Gold end. Sherling is able to win the battle over Leising. As Johnson plays it in, Sheridan will be the first to get there, but she's greeted by Heitzman, who tries to deflect it. Dangerous look there, but the Pointers are able to clear. Across the boards as Rojo gets it back to the Blue Gold blue line, and Sydney Johnson flecks it into the neutral ice. Opportunity now coming for Stanyas. Save Martin, and she'll cover.
It's a good cover. Well, one of the reasons that the Blue Golds have been able to have so much efficiency on offense is the way that they've been able to enter the zone and carry the puck and move the puck. Their skating with the puck has been great because the Pointers have really given them huge chunks of open ice to work with.
Now we've seen it several times. Meyer in particular has charged well into the Pointer defensive end. Now past neutral ice, down goes Banholtz, but Young centers it. Zavarol couldn't hang on to it with Doyle all over her. Instead, she'll flip it along behind the net to looking for Young, but it was deflected by. It's pointing back to the blue line as Zavarol will regroup. Try to center it for Banholtz, but that was off of Doyle's skate. And now Horman has a collision there between Zavarol and Horman, and Annika Horman's down. Slow to get up as the puck is deflected into the blue gold end, and they'll whistle that icing. And a faceoff will be coming in the Pointers' defensive end.
That was a little scary to watch, just some incidental contact there. Players not really skating with their head up, and that's what happens in a fast game like hockey.
And the perception, it has looked a lot faster, at least from our point of view. Seeing both the Pointers and the Blue Golds women's hockey teams play. There's a shot that's centered, and pad save there by Schultz as Hart got that one through a bunch of Pointers. And another defensive zone faceoff coming now for Stevens Point and Eau Claire.
Well, you can really see what the Blue Golds are trying to set up here on offense. That shot was from the blue line through about 3 different pairs of people. They're really trying to get some more deflections and some more rebounds.
Faceoff controlled by the Pointers as Wilczek is going to come up with it. She'll take it up the near ice. Ashton Wilczek takes it by herself. That's deflected out in front of the net. Scrum for it. Everyone goes down, and the Blue Golds have the puck into the stick of Sadie Long, who centers it back into neutral ice. Getting rough here at Hobbs Ice Center in Game 2 of the WIAC Women's Hockey Tournament semis. That one's covered by Martin, and we'll have a face-off in the blue gold end.
Yeah, I really don't know how Martin kept that puck out of the net. There was just so much chaos. That might be the most chaos I've ever seen in front of a goal mouth. But she does a great job keeping that big goose egg on the scoreboard.
It's all about positioning, especially in your own defensive end. There's a shot that's deflected off of Johnson's stick, and now Sheridan comes up the center. 3-on-1. Sheridan. Fire save! Arm pad save by Schultz. And it goes back out to the blue line for Sydney Johnson, who will flip it to Sherling. Now Slominski gets it back to Johnson. Her battery made on the D line. There's a setup for Slominski. Sheridan was also there. And what are they going to rule this one? I believe Schultz was able to cover.
Yeah, it looked like it found someplace in Schultz's pads. A lot of contact there, but it looked all incidental.
Well, folks, the action is right in front of the net, not just for Olivia Schultz and the Stevens Point Pointers, but for Stephanie Martin and the Blue Golds, too. So this has been a very evenly contested middle third of this game. Faceoff kicked out by Kramer. Now Sheridan and Stumo fight for it. Berthune deflects it back across the board. Slominski tried to backhand it to the corner. And now Sheridan. And you can hear some yelling from the Pointer bench, I believe, as Slominski sends it around the boards.
We saw this a little bit last night, but Schultz is really getting rough with the players in her crease.
Energy is really starting to pick up as down goes Slominski. She's one-on-one with Rojo, and it's played out back to Sam Sherling as Sydney Johnson has a charge up the far side. Johnson tried to flip it. I think it was off the linesman's skate, but she still has the puck. Johnson, centering opportunity for Peterson, and the puck goes loose and into the stick of Horman. Tangled up with McAlpine, and Johnson flips it back out to the far end. McAlpine tried to center Zavarol, but intercepting that one I believe that was that was Doyle. And now Zavarol with a shot, save Schultz, and it goes back out into the stick of Sadie Doyle, who drops Banholtz down. Young has it poked away. They're colliding everywhere on the ice, and it's out in front into no man's land. Backhander Osborne is covered by Schultz, and we'll have a face-off on the Pointer defensive end. There's so much action to pay attention to, Noah.
There's a lot. Well, Blake, by the letter of the rule book, there is no hitting in women's hockey, but that hasn't stopped this game from being really physical. And you can tell that the referees have kind of kept their whistles in their pockets and let the players play. We'll still have to see if that goes on and if it gets even more out of control.
Each team has only committed a penalty apiece, and both penalties were interference calls. McAlpine now trapped along the boards by Heitzman, and Myers there to back her up along with a couple other Blue Golds. That one back out to the blue line. Cheney fires it around the boards. As now Granofsky, along with, I believe, Verstegen down there scrumming for it in the corner. We've seen this a lot tonight. As the puck comes free along the near side by the Pointer bench, and now it's poked away around the boards. Meyer will be there to get it first. Alpine back to Berthume, who will flip it around. Dahlman there, but couldn't get the puck, as Osborne will send it back into center. As now Sadie Long. Sadie Long whiffs on the opportunity there. She had a wide open look, but she controls the puck still. Quinn Hartmetz lost handle a bit at the blue line, but she'll flip it back into the Pointer end. Haley Sellers flips it deflected off of Hart, and now Sarah Dahlin will have to regrip, tries to center it for Lysing, and it's intercepted by Peterson. And now Hallie Sheridan. Sheridan to Peterson, save Schultz. And she was all ready for that. Now back out in front, Sherling had an opportunity, wasn't there. Slap shot, Hart misses. And they're going everywhere once again. And finally, Heitzman has no choice, so she'll send it down, but that'll be coming all the way back as icing is called. 2:54 left to go here in the middle period. 2-0 Blue Golds in what has been a much different tone in comparison to the first.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Blake. This has been an incredibly even game. I give a lot of credit to Stevens Point for hanging in there with the number 5 ranked Blue Golds.
But the Blue Golds, as we mentioned before, they have not let their foot down, creating opportunities close to the crease and then far away. But none of them have found the net yet. Face-off one, slap shot. Bandholtz is gloved by Schultz, and we'll have another face-off coming once again in the Pointer ice.
That was a great glove save by Schultz there. It's really hard as a goaltender to be ready for those quick shots that come off the face-off. She does a great job there and staying sharp.
Quick update in the other women's semifinal game. River Falls up 5-0 over Superior, and they're playing their first game of 2 in the WIAC Women's Ice Hockey Tournament semis. Backhander, there's a shot by Heitzman that is deflected out in front. Rebound by, that was Wilczek, and it's gloved by Stephanie Martin, and we'll have a face-off in the Blue Gold end this time.
Score one for business with E.O. Johnson Business Technologies and LockNet Managed IT. With the right partners on your side, you can level the playing field and win. E.O. Johnson and LockNet Managed IT, proud sponsors of Blue Gold Athletics.
Tyson takes the face-off against Verstegen, and Blue Golds are able to control. Johnson will play it around the boards in their own end to Taylor Meyer. Now Slominski tried to get it to Sheridan, but it was good pick there. As now Berthume centers it Lysing. As it poked away by Meyer. And now she'll start the charge for the Blue Golds. Off the skate of Long. And Sadie Long into the Pointer zone. Takes a shot off the pads. Rebound! Score! Taylor Meyer there for the second chance, and the Blue Golds are now up 3-0.
It's a great opportunity by Long, and let's take a look at that replay. It's just a simple backdoor play, having the second forward jump on the rebound. Let's take a look. You can see the initial shot kicks wide, and then just being able to jump on it. There's no way any goaltender can get across the crease in that much time. It's as easy of a goal as you're going to score. It's set up beautifully by the Blue Golds, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, that's number 9 for Taylor Meyer on the season. And 3-0 Blue Golds, as Martin will flip it out to Jordan McAlpine. And it's along the far side of the boards. Now an opportunity coming for Stevens Point as McAlpine covers. Whoa! As now pushing and shoving Sarah Dahlin for the Pointers. Getting into it, I believe that was Sherling, as you kind of saw Martin there do a kind of a 90-degree rotation.
Yeah, Well, a lot of people think that facing a big, heavy slap shot is the scariest thing that a goalie can do, but in reality, it's diving up and covering those loose pucks, because you've always got knees around your head and you're not looking up. You don't know where everything is. It's just a scary play. Martin does a good job of staying safe there and getting the whistle.
So minute 54 here to go in period number 2. Van Holtz wins the faceoff, and the Blue Goals control. Hart flips it back to Zavril, who tried to backhand it. Heitzman lost control of the stick, and now here comes Addie Young. Young, center, fired. This is wide and high, but the Blue Goals maintain control as Hart flips it into the corner. As now she'll backhand it around. Zavril will be there to greet it as down on the hit and whistle, and I think a penalty is going to come as Zavril delivered a blow to Heitzman.
Yeah, I think that'll probably warrant a call. Actually, I think the call's going against Stevens Point for tripping. Tripping is one of those weird penalties. Usually it's with the stick, but it doesn't have to be. If you dive, a lot of times it happens when players dive to block shots along the ice. But if you were on the ground and somebody trips over you, that's a tripping penalty too.
Face-off won by the Blue Goals as they'll be on the power play for the remainder of period number 2, and then about 30 seconds into the third. You're right, tripping is the call. I thought it was a check by Zavril, but I guess not, as Hart plays it all the way behind the Pointer net. Peterson. Osborne got it back to Emma Peterson. Back to the blue line for Bree Osborne. Now she'll set up Peterson. Peterson. Hart. Slap shot. Bad save. Schultz. Rebound. Young. Saved by Schultz once again. And the Pointers will only clear it to the blue line as Osborne will retake control and the Blue Goals will have to regroup. Cross ice for Zavril. And now Peterson. Shot deflected out in front. And Pointers can only clear back at the blue line as Hart will hold it now. Back to her battery mate. Osborne. Shot deflected off of. That was Horman. Rebound saved by Schultz from Addie Young. Blue Goals maintain control as we're under the 30-second mark. Hart, arm save, Schultz. Pointers having a hard time trying to clear. Sherling's able to get it back to Sheridan at the top. Sheridan will direct traffic to the near end. Verstegen tried to center it up for Sherling, and it's deflected off the stick of Zip, and that'll take us to the end of period number 2, with the Blue Goals able to get one more goal, making it a 3-0 game. They'll start period 3 with 29 seconds left on the advantage, and we'll be there for the start. Right after this, the Women's WIAC Hockey Tournament, presented by Culver's. We'll be back.
This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
This time has given us all a chance to reflect on what means most. At Purveya, your health means most to us, because good health allows you to chase your goals and fulfill your dreams, to watch your children grow and guide them through life's unknowns, to care for those you love and stand for what means most to you. At Purveya, we're hopeful for a brighter future, and we're here for you and your health, always, no matter what life may bring.
When you need a nice pre-owned vehicle, remember only one dealer in all of Wisconsin gives you worry-free driving.
Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane. Worry-free driving gives you 12 months or 12,000 miles on all wear items. Tires, battery, brake pads.
Even wiper blades, covered. Transmission and engine, covered for life on most used vehicles.
Get the right pre-owned vehicle and get worry-free coverage only
at Eau Claire Ford Lincoln Quick Lane.
Being a part of the Chippewa Valley for a century is something we're proud of. To make ourselves stronger, we depend on each other. When Blue Golds need experience, you gladly open your doors. When your loved ones need access to important resources, Blue Golds are ready to help. When graduates need a place to cultivate their dreams, you support them. When we continue to improve our home, we do so together. Proud to learn here, live here, and invest here.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
The Wisconsin Army National Guard serves our country and community part-time. Serve 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks a year. Those who serve qualify for 100% tuition reimbursement for college and the GI Bill to cover college living expenses. Currently, the National Guard offers a $20,000 signing bonus and up to $50,000 in student loan repayment. Contact SFC Devlin Rolling at 715-307-7117. Again, that's SFC Devlin Rolling at 715-307-7117.
Well, we're back here for period number 3. The Blue Goals have a 3-0 lead over the UW-Stevens Point Pointers. Blake Durham, Noah Schwartz with you. You know what? We saw a little bit more of an even contest in the second period, but again, the numbers show you the discrepancies.
Yeah, the numbers are very lopsided, Blake. 35 shots on goal for Eau Claire as opposed to just 11 for Point. But last period was very even-handed with the amount of opportunities. The Blue Goals weren't spending the whole period in the offensive zone, which is something that they've done over the last 4 periods of this series, I should say. So it was a lot more even, and it's really given the Pointers a chance.
Well, we have a moment. Let's update you on some other Blue Gold action. Both men's and women's indoor track and field teams competing at the WIAC Championships. Both are in 3rd place. And then the Blue Gold wrestling team is second at the NCAA Upper Midwest Regionals, hosted by UW-Eau Claire. This one is going on in McPhee. The Blue Goals control the opening faceoff here as we begin period 3 as Sam Sherling gets it back out to Slominski, and now Sydney Johnson. Slominski back to Peterson, trying to set up Slominski in the center, but she was not ready. As the puck is deflected out of play by Berthume, and we'll have a face-off coming. I believe they're going to send it. I think it's going to be in the Pointer end.
I think so. Quick Trip's Karuba Gold Genuine Espresso Drinks. Available in hot or iced, only at Quick Trip.
So Stevens Point has a little under 20 minutes. Forgot to mention that the Blue Gold started the period with 29 seconds on the advantage, but that penalty is officially killed off. As now Addie Young plays it. Slap shot. Osborne, that's off the post, I believe. And McAlpine will send it back into the Pointer end as a set-up opportunity for Zavarol is not there. But she'll get the puck as it's on the far side. She sets up McAlpine. Try to set up Bandholtz, who will flip it in, and it'll go behind the net. Anna Cheney there to play it. As Horman will send it back into the neutral ice, and Osborne will bring it back in as both teams will Blue Golds will make changes, bring some fresh legs out. Centering pass for Horman is just touched. Now the Pointers will make changes. Everything moves very fast, especially in women's hockey. As Adalin, around the net she goes. Still has control of the puck. Backhands it to no one there. That's a trip. As Hartmetz, or was it a trip? No signal, I don't think, from the referees.
It looked like a trip to me, but there won't be a call.
The officials haven't called a whole lot tonight. Again, just 3 combined penalties between the teams. As there's an opportunity for Hartmetz. Tries to center it, but it's deflected off the stick of Kramer. And it will go back to the close end. Hart and Kramer battle for it. It's back into neutral ice. As Ryan Rojo had it poked away by Emily Hart. And Taylor Meyer sends it back out to no man's land. And coming up now is Micah Zip, who will just flip it into the Blue Gold end. As they'll charge behind the net. Stanius had a setup pass that was nice awareness there by DeLong. And now Hart gets it to Sadie Long. Pointers will play it into the Blue Gold end as they'll make a change. Hart takes it behind the net. She'll flip it out to Sadie Long, who will get there first. She'll bring it back to center for Abby DeLong. She'll just flip it into the Pointer end. Heitzman looking for Granovsky, but she's tied up there with Leminski. There's again a scrum and a push-off there as Heikes and Heitzman win at it. And now Smallbrook gets it back out to Leminski, the blue liner. DeLong sends it into the Pointer end. As a pass that was intended there for Courtney Lysing is deflected up into the Pointer bench, and we'll have a face-off coming.
Well, it hasn't been that the Blue Golds haven't been playing with urgency, but they've definitely been playing a little bit more conservative here in this third period with the 3-goal lead. You can obviously tell that they're really looking ahead towards next week should they close it out here in the final period.
All right, Blue Golds win. They go on to the O'Brien Cup Finals, which will be next Saturday, where they will await the winner of the River Falls Superior Series, which is going on. They're playing Game 1 in River Falls. The Falcons have a commanding lead as puck is swatted down. Adalin had it poked away from her, and it's now back to Bree Osborne's stick. She'll try to center it for Sheridan, but Sheridan was a little late there. Osborne flips it in to the pointer end as she tried to. It stays near the blue line, and now it will be McAlpine who will send it into the pointer zone as the defenseman will change. And now across, intercepted there by Peterson, and she'll just flip it up high, and it'll be around the house to Stevens Point. Berthume gets it out to Horman. Now she'll send it in to the Blue Gold zone. Hartmetz was 2-on-1 there. Millar tries to set up Heitzman, but Sheridan's there to intercept. Van Holtz will play it out. Here comes Zavarol. But Cheney gets there first for Stevens Point. As now, but Van Holtz has possession of the puck. Sam Van Holtz will shoot, fires, and is wide to the right between Zavarol's legs. As now Hartmetz goes around the net. Back out to Emily Hart on the near side, and she'll play it into the corner. And now behind the net, Cheney and Van Holtz going at it. Zavarol able to get there, but has it poked away from behind. But Addie Young is there to back it up. All right, had the pass deflected off of Horman. And now Zavarol, as they collide on the boards, 2 players are down at the moment. And now centering opportunity for Hart, but no one in particular was there for Eau Claire. As Rashegan and Zavarol trip each other up. And it'll be Heitzman who will send it back across the center, and I think that's going to be whistled. Yes, icing, and we'll have a face-off at the pointer defensive end.
Well, one of the big reasons the Blue Golds have been able to control this game so thoroughly is their face-off numbers. Blue Gold centers have won an overwhelming majority of the face-offs, 37 to points 17, but controlling the puck right from the moment it's dropped for a play is really important, and that's what's allowing them to get so many chances.
Wondering why they haven't dropped the puck yet, as players and linesmen having a discussion. I think one of the linesmen's talking with the pointer bench. Now they'll drop the puck. Verstegen will take the face-off, and it's controlled once again by the Blue Golds. Johnson will send it in behind the net. Taylor Myers there. Try to get it back out. Does so to Slominski, and it's gloved by Schultz.
Great glove save there by Schultz. It's just that time was one of the only times we've seen today where there wasn't a whole lot of traffic in front of the net, and Schultz got a clean look at the puck. It was an easy save.
Instead of coming with the fastball, Slominski threw the curveball as the faceoff is controlled by the Pointers. They'll send it around the boards as Kramer had Meyer all up in her grill, and the Blue Golds are able to get back into the Pointer end. Misdirect by Berthume, and she'll get it across ice to Horman. And now, looked like miscommunication there from a couple Blue Golds is now they scrum for the puck by the Pointer blue line on the far end. Slominski and Meyer, and yeah, I think you kind of saw that. Sarah Dahlin started moving her stick all over the place, and they're going to blow that play dead.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's not really how it works. There's really no excuse for that. It's not the sport of hockey. It's a scrum.
One of the few faceoffs we've seen near the blue lines today is controlled by Stevens Point as Wilczek flips it into the Blue Gold zone. Johnson there. She'll backhand it to Slominski. And she'll play it along the boards now. Smallbrock had it tripped up there by, I believe that was Rojo. And Johnson centers it for Heikes, who avoids a hit with Heitzman, and the Blue Golds have control. Olivia Smallbrook will play it into the Pointer zone. Kramer there, avoiding DeLong. And she flips it back out to the Blue Gold blue line as Osborne off the stick of Smallbrook and flipped into the zone by Kramer. Will allow Stevens Point to make a change as going down to the ice is Leising as she lost her balance. And here come the Blue Golds. But Berthume sends it back into neutral ice. And Berthume has it poked away by DeLong. And Abby DeLong has it poked away by Berthume as they trade shots. Around the boards it goes. There's a slap shot. Osborne had it deflect off of a pointer. As Berthume will again play it along the far side of Dolland back in. The pass deflected, and now Sherling. Sam Sherling tried to center it, but it was off the skate of Sellers. Sheridan there, the backup. McAlpine with a shot off of a pointer. Zip got hit with the puck on translation. As Osborne tries to shut up Sheridan, but it was deflected. Back to Emma Peterson. She takes a shot. Pad saves Schultz, and she'll cover, and we'll have a face-off coming in the Pointer end with 12:34 left to go in the game.
Park Ridge Distributing would like to invite you to join in and help us spread this important message with your friends, families, and communities. When you are out celebrating the next Blue Gold victory, always plan ahead for a safe ride and decide to ride.
Face-off won by Eau Claire as Emily Hart takes it back to the close to the blue line. She fires it in wide left. Schultz was tangled up with Zavarol. Van Holtz tried to flip it in, and now the Pointers are going to have 3-on-1. Orman gets it into the zone, but she's called off sides.
It's a really, really late offsides call there. The Pointers were already pretty much to the face-off dots by the time that whistle was blown. I'm really not sure what was the delay.
Would have been about a 2 or a 3-on-1 opportunity. As both the Pointers and the Blue Golds trade blows, and now there'll be a face-off controlled by the Blue Golds, but Stevens Point able to get it back into the zone as Rojo flips it behind the net. Norman plays it along for Stegen now. Scott Long. Here goes Sadie Long up the far end. Tried to set up for Stegen, but it was poked away by Sellers, and she takes a shot saved by Schultz, and no choice but to cover as sticks go flying. And we'll have a face-off.
It looked like Schultz didn't quite know where that puck was in her equipment, which is always a scary feeling for a goaltender, but thankfully it didn't go too far afield. She was able to get the whistle.
So a face-off coming. If you think this is the end for Blue Gold, I think this is it for Blue Gold's hockey this evening, then think again. The Blue Gold men's hockey team will be in River Falls for Game 2 in the men's semifinal. Blue Gold's able to come back from a 2-1 deficit and win in overtime 3-2. As the Blue Golds keep it in the Pointer zone. Verstegen there to intercept from Granovsky, but she couldn't hold on to it. And that one is off the stick of Slominski, so icing waved off as Johnson will play it behind the Blue Gold net. Sends it across. Long able to poke check it. As now Taylor Meyer will be the first to get the puck for Eau Claire as she avoids contact with Berthume. And everyone's getting tangled up with somebody, it seems. Stanyas tried to set up Kramer, and it's off of Johnson's skate, so Slominski will have to regroup and get the Blue Golds back on another charge. Pass intercepted by Zip. Gets it to Millar. Save by Martin. That was a very high shot.
The mask is a part of a goalie's equipment for a reason. Martin uses it there to make the save.
Set up opportunity intercepted by Abby DeLong. And now it's back to Johnson, who gets it to Slominski, and she'll shoot it back into neutral ice. Anacini will be there. Back to the Blue Gold blue liner and Osborne. She looks for Heikes, has that one poked away by Heitzman, but it goes into Osborne's stick. She'll just flip it back into the Pointer blue line. Heitzman sends it up across. Leitsing and McAlpine fighting for it. And they're able to get it out, but Point is able to take control, at least at the moment, as we'll have icing and another faceoff coming in the Pointer end. We've seen a lot of faceoffs coming in the Pointer end, but then again, that's large part has to do because the Blue Golds have maintained control.
The Blue Golds, they've they've given up an inch, but they haven't given up much more than that. They've really still dictated the terms of the game, and we've seen it in the shots on goal numbers and the scoreboard.
Bluegoals controlled the faceoff. McAlpine at the top tried to set up Peterson, but it was under her stick. Back out to the blue line. Osborne will play it around the boards. Berthume will be there for Stevens Point, who sends it back the other way. Osborne whiffs on the slap shot, and it goes behind the net for Berthume. Sheridan's there. There's a scrum behind, going for the puck, and it's now past the blue line as it's cleared. As McAlpine will be there first, and that will force an icing and another faceoff coming in the Pointer defensive end with just under 10 minutes now, 9:42 to go here in the third period.
Larson Companies, Holiday Inn Eau Claire, Johnny's Italian Steakhouse, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Candlewood and Staybridge Suites are proud to sponsor UW-EC Athletics. Go Blue Golds.
Faceoff controlled by the Pointers as Dahlin plays it to the blue line past Hartmetz's stick. And it'll be Emily Hart to regroup. She'll try to backhand it to Hartmetz. Out there, Young able to get it crossed to Zavarol. Anna Zavarol taking it in herself, will regroup because Cheney's right all over her. Hart. Slap shot deflected off of Addie Young, but Banholtz is right there to back up and take the rebound. Sam Banholtz backhand, nice pass to Hart, who avoids a hit from Sellers, and she'll go to the corner. Hart and Leitzing. So now they fight for it once again. Banholtz able to take control, but Sellers is right there. Backed up by Cheney. Puck's deflected back into the near corner by the Pointer on the Pointer end. And now it goes around the boards. Addie Young will be there. She'll get it back out. Take it herself. Tried to flip it back to Hartmetz. And Point's able to send it down the other end of the ice. And we'll have a whistle and icing with 8:39 now to go in a 3-0 game. The positioning for Stevens Point when the Blue Golds have been in the zone has been very good, to say the least.
Absolutely. They've really done a good job of not forcing, not allowing a lot of quality shots from quality places on the ice. Easy for me to say.
Face off one by the Blue Golds. Long now. Takes it herself. Sadie Long with a shot deflected off the arms of Schultz and into the nets and out of play.
We've seen a lot of Blue Gold shooters looking blocker side on Olivia Schultz, trying to maybe go high to the stick side, but her blocker's been really good tonight. She's getting the waffle on that one.
Yeah, she's been under constant duress, which really can wear the team down. Can't be able to get consistent clears out of their own end of the ice. Zeminski had that poked away by Wilczek, and she'll just flip it back into the Pointer zone. As Mary Kramer now off the boards, got it to Molly Millar, who still has control of the puck. She'll flip it in off the stick of Sleminski, and the Pointers are going to make a change. Sleminski, neutral ice, intercepted there by Kramer, who just flips it up. Johnson will knock it back into the neutral ice, and Sellers got it away looking for Leitzing, but Johnson able to get it to Sleminski. And now Long will throw it back into the Pointer zone. Schultz plays it out, but no one was there to back up, so Verstegen will take the puck. Backhanded flip. Osborne's there. Set up opportunity for the Long, and it's a goal. Abby DeLong gets the goal off the setup by Osborne. And the Blue Golds have a 4-0 lead.
Let's take a look at the replay. This puck was deflected out front. As we can see here, there's the initial shot. Schultz thinks she has it, but it goes off a stick. It goes a lot higher than expected. That's the 4th goal of the game for the Blue Golds.
Second goal of the season for Abby DeLong. It puts it at a 4-0 game. As Point able to control the faceoff. Gronowski will bring it in along the boards, but has it poked away there. Osborne will just flip it into the Pointer zone. Blue Golds will use this to make a change. Goes along the boards. Kramer gets it off the stick of Gronowski, and whistle will be coming. Icing is the call. As at this point, Steve, Pointers are just playing keep away.
Yeah, that's really something that happens when you're a team that has given up a lot of shots in this game. You know, your legs get a little tired, and at some points you just grasp at those straws and you just fling the puck out and hope for the best. It's almost like you're on a perpetual penalty kill.
Face-off controlled by the Pointers, and it goes into the glove of Schultz, who will have no choice but to cover with the pressure coming from Eau Claire. With just a little over 7 minutes to go now in the 4-0 Blue Gold lead as they look to be well on their way to the WIAC Women's Ice Hockey Championship presented by Culver's. That game will be next week at the higher seed. Point. Horman, bad. Well, that was a bad clear as Sheridan had it off her skate. Hart able to backhand it to the other corner. I don't know. Ivanica Harmon was trying to deflect that to anywhere in particular. But the Pointers are able to get it to the Blue Gold end. Hartman's battling one-on-one with Harmon. Got it to Hart. Sheridan will screen, and now Emma Peterson has it at neutral ice. She'll go in herself. Peterson with a shot. Chest save Schultz. And now Whistle and Sherling and Schultz, she kind of went up, did a little limbo action there with now 6:28 to go.
Yeah, bodies flying everywhere. It's been that kind of a game, and it looks to continue to be that kind of a game no matter what the score will be for the next 6 minutes and 28 seconds of play.
Now the finish line's in sight for Eau Claire, but as we know, anything can happen in this WIAC hockey. So it's tournament hockey too. Face-off controlled by the Pointers as Johnson had it go off her stick. Saminsky there to back up. She'll play a ricochet shot back to Zavarol, who had it poked away by Leitzing. But now here comes Addie Young. Young, backhander, save. Schultz who will glove it. And we'll have another face-off in the Pointer end with 6:06 to go. Just a quick scoring update on the other semifinal game. It's just past halfway in the third period between the River Falls Falcons and the UW Superior Yellow Jackets. It's 5-0 in favor of the Falcons. The Falcons and the Blue Golds viewed as the two teams to head to the championship as they're the overall favorites. One-timer is out in front for long, but poked away by Schultz as the Pointers really just trying to keep the puck away from any Blue Gold in sight. As Berthiaume now cross ice off the stick of Kramer, and it goes into the glove of Martin, and she'll cover.
Mancino's Pizza is made to order and offers several specialty pizzas too. Some fan favorites are the Mancino's Pride, Meat Supreme, Veggie Gourmet, Tomato Roma, and Chicken Florentine, to name a few. Pizzas are made fresh on hand-tossed dough with over 20 choices for toppings. Mancino's Pizza Sauce is a special secret recipe and made from scratch daily. Gluten-free pizza crusts are available too.
Face-off initially won by the Blue Golds, but the Pointers and the Blue Golds fighting for it in the corner. It's out in front. There's a shot that's deflected off of, I believe it was McAlpine from Adalin, and it's now back to the near side as the puck is flinged into center ice. As Cheney flips it, McAlpine will send it down into the Pointer end. As I think there's a delayed penalty on the call because the Pointers Pointers are on the extra attacker. Kind of interesting, of course, they're trying to drum up some offense.
This is something that teams have been doing a lot more in recent years, especially with multi-goal deficits. You know, pulling the goaltender a little extra early because it's a lot easier to score 4 goals in 5 minutes than 4 goals in 1 minute.
Shot, Heitzman save, Martin, and the rebound is deflected back into the Blue Gold zone. And now here's Sherling. She has an empty net. And now Sheridan will flip it. That's wide to the left. Heitzman tried to fling it away, but couldn't hang on. Sherling gets it flips it back. Sellers is able to send it into the Blue Gold end, and we'll have a whistle and a icing called with 4.5 minutes to go. You're right, Noah. Pointers, this is their season. Their season's on the line. They're going to try and strum up some offense.
Absolutely, and this is something that we've been seeing for a number of years. Patrick Waugh, the coach of the NHL's Colorado Avalanche, used to do it a lot. Here Schultz gets back into the crease, obviously for the face-off in her own zone, because that's just common sense. Having the extra attacker out in this side of the ice wouldn't be very smart, but as soon as they get more sustained control, I would expect her to go to the bench again.
Blue Gold's control the face-off. Van Holtz plays it back to the blue line. She'll set up Zavarol. Zavarol center. Hart. Shot deflected off of Young, and it's flipped away. As Hart will play it around the corner, Addie Young is there. She'll play it along. Center. Zavarol. Fires. Chest save by Schultz, and she'll hang on.
4 minutes and 4 goals, or 4 goals in 4 minutes, I should say. It's not impossible, but it's looking pretty steep. The Pointers really have to look inside themselves and see what they're made of if they have any chance of pulling this one out.
You can feel the intensity of the Blue Gold bench. They know that they're just 4 minutes away, and now here comes a charge by Adalin, and there goes Schultz back to the bench. Pointers are able to get it back into the Blue Gold zone as Hart plays it around the boards. Ikes will be there to cover one-on-one with Adalin. As the puck, center shot. Berthume was looking for Leising, and now the puck is flinged back into the Blue Gold zone. Kramer goes down trying to play it. Still by Kramer. Leising will play it behind the net. And the Blue Golds will get it up as they're going to wave icing off. And Cheney will be there. The countdown is on as now they're scrumming. 2-on-1. Sellers is able to get the puck. Dangerous territory for Stevens Point. The puck is deflected for Stegen now. Still has it tied up around her skates, and now Sydney Johnson has it at the neutral zone. And now here comes Courtney Leising. She'll fling it behind the Blue Gold net. Johnson there to Taylor Meyer. As Meyer has it poked away by Heitzman. Nice poke check there. Slavinsky able to play it into the Pointer end. It only gets as far as the blue line as Wilczek now. Gets it to Johnson. Verstegen backhands it, but to no one in particular. Zip back to Johnson. And now a slap shot. Pad save, arm save by Martin from Heitzman. As we're now under the 2.5-minute mark here in the game. There's a shot that's pass deflected, I'm sure I should say. Cheney able to control. She'll fling it around the boards. Martin will come out to play it in net. Now it's back to Danny Smolinski. Long. Back to Slominski. Verstegen now. Flings it centered. But right there is Adalin, who has a shot go wide to the right. Rebound off the pads of Martin as Millar had a chance. So the Pointers doing a very good job of keeping the puck in the Blue Gold zone with the extra attacker, but this might be an opportunity to salt this one away. Verstegen, cross ice Long for the shot. Score! Sadie Long on the empty net makes this 5-0 in favor of the Blue Golds, and that will do the team in.
That will pretty much punch the Blue Golds' ticket. Having the empty net, it's really not something that works out too often if you look at the percentages, but it's something you got to try. You really got to hand it to Stevens Point, though, having the empty net for upwards of 2-3 minutes there and not allowing anything close to a shot on goal until that last goal.
So the empty netter from Sadie Long, her second of the season, makes this a 5-0 Blue Gold lead with just over 90 seconds left to go in the game as Schultz will cover. We'll have a face-off coming once again in the Pointer zone with this game pretty much just counting down the final seconds.
Papa John's is a proud sponsor of Blue Gold Athletics. Try our one-topping stuffed crust pizza for $13 or our Parmesan-crusted papadillas with any topping for $7.49. Delivery or carryout at Papa John's on Hastings Way.
So for the Blue Golds, as Zip sends it across for Kramer, and it goes into the Blue Gold defensive end. Cheney and Osborne there, along with a couple others, as they have the puck trapped along the corner. Peterson there to try to break it up. Kramer also there, along with Millar, as we are now down to the final minute of the game. Kramer able to break it away, but is swallowed up by Sheridan. But Mary Kramer sends a shot off the blocker of Martin. Rebound, save Martin with her stick, and she'll have no choice but to cover with 45 seconds to go. In case you're wondering when the WIAC championship game will be next week for women's ice hockey, it would be at the higher seed's home ice. And with the River Falls Falcons up 6-0 and over the UW Superior Yellow Jackets, chances are the Blue Goals will be on the road, even though Superior and River Falls will have a game to play tomorrow. Pointers control, but now it's back to Sam Banholtz, who gets it to Danny Sleminski. Heitzman will play it back into the Blue Gold end. Osborne gets it to Young, who will flip it across the boards, and they'll go back into the Pointer end with now under 20 seconds to go. Schultz gets it out to Kramer, who lost her stick, and now Danny Sleminski has a shot. Pat saves Schultz as McAlpine wasn't there, and that, I believe it's going to do it. As the final seconds wear off, the UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds beat the UW Stevens Point Pointers 5-0. They are going on to the WIAC Women's Ice Hockey Championship to play for the O'Brien Cup for the 6th consecutive year under head coach Eric Strand, Noah.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephanie Martin was pretty great in goal, putting the goose egg up there, the bagel on the scoreboard, saving all 15 shots that she saw. Great performance in goal and all around on the ice by the Blue Golds.
Yeah, some final stats for you. The Blue Golds put Schultz under duress. 46 shots. They outshot him 46-15. Only 3 combined penalties the entire game for both sides. And as you mentioned, Stephanie Martin gets the win, her 8th shutout of the season. That leads all WIAC goalies. Olivia Schultz gets the loss as the UW Stevens Point Pointers are going home. The UW-Eau Claire Blue Golds will now await their opponent for the WIAC Women's Ice Hockey Championship, which will be next week, as they will await the winner of the series between the UW Superior Yellow Jackets and UW River Falls. They'll play tomorrow to determine their opponent. But for Noah Schwartz and our entire Blue Gold crew, I'm Blake Durham. We're going to say so long for now. We hope to see you next time in some other capacity. Until then, have a fantastic evening, everyone.